have been eliminated. And with that, welcome on into the lounge at Stage 11. I'm Taylor Rooks with Blake Griffin, Dirk Nowitzki, and Udonis Haslem. The Blazers led by 14 in the first half, down 8 with under 4 minutes left in the fourth, closed the game on a 17-5 run. Dirk, you said it best. This is a different kind of pressure and another play-in matchup that has more than lived up to the hype.
Yeah, it's been a great night for us. Two amazing games. Obviously, Phoenix has another shot at it now on Friday, obviously. But that was a great comeback there by the Blazers there in the fourth. They looked down and out. They had a tough third quarter. I think they had more turnovers than baskets, but closed the game off great, and Deni Avdija took over.
Yeah, this felt like a heavyweight fight, and sometimes heavyweight fights, it's not about how many punches you can throw, it's about how many punches you can take. Mm-hmm. And Portland took a lot of punches, and it did not seem like they were going to pull this game out, but credit to them, man. They just kept coming. They kept coming. Deni Avdija downhill. That was just fun to watch, man. A team that just will not quit.
I mean, he was relentless tonight. He was huge. And also Drew Holiday, just having a guy in that locker room has been to the mountaintops, that has been through those battles, lead those guys. Great win for a young team. This is how you build confidence for a young team. They've been through so much this year, so I'm happy to see them get this win.
Let's revisit how that game went down the stretch. It was certainly a roller coaster, but everybody locked in there to end the game, and so much of it began with that and one that we saw right here, BG.
What were we doing on that defense right there?
I think they were thinking Booker was coming all the way down, and they overhelped for sure, shrinking it. Big and one here.
Yeah, this was tough.
Portland's offense, when they're getting downhill, it's night and day.
When he puts his head down, he gets downhill, even though obviously the teams know what's coming. That's where he wants to go. He doesn't really pop in the mid-range and shoot. He's going all the way.
Green miss.
And he still can't stop it.
But Jeremy.
Hey.
When you all, though, you watched that Jalen Green miss, Dirk, Booker had it in his hands.
I think that he wanted to go for the win. I would have liked Booker to either keep going or shoot a step back. I think what he wanted to do is get Kamara up in the air and jump into him and maybe draw two free throws. But Kamara was solid, stayed down, and then he was kind of stuck. He would have had to shoot a tough fadeaway over Kamara's length. And so he saw Green open, who's had a great night. He had made a lot of mid-range shots, kept him in the game there earlier. So it was a good look, but just a little short.
Yeah, Book's a hell of a finisher. I know he wanted that shot, but I think he made the right play. Jalen Green has been playing well. He has been cooking. Maybe he could have shot fake to got in the paint or something, not just have to pull that one. But I'm not upset with the decision making.
Yeah. Well, on Portland's side of things, I mean, Deni Avdija, his second 40-point double of his career, he was on fire. BG.
Yeah, like we said, I mean, he started out the game and sort of willed them to a little bit better offense, just getting downhill. I mean, I don't know how many times he got downhill, finished. Three ball wasn't great for the Trailblazers tonight, but man, it just seemed like you said, every time he tried, he just got to it. But yeah, at times their offense got a little stagnant. He just came in and saved the day. But the defense down the stretch, I thought they did a phenomenal job on Booker, not allowing him to get anything easy down the stretch, and then pulled it out.
Let me tell you, there was no foul baiting tonight. I mean, he gets 31% of his points from the free throw line. He was not foul baiting tonight. He was getting downhill, taking the contact, and finishing over people. So I don't hear nothing about foul baiting about Deni Avdija.
Also,
I don't hear that.
Yeah. Also, Jeremy Grant was fantastic. He was missing the last 7 games. Huge there in the fourth. Made those big 2 threes out of the corner. So yeah, he definitely gave him a nice push off the bench.
Portland, of course, 12 for 27 from 3 in the first half. And Dirk, we were saying if you were to look at this, you see 9 threes from Phoenix, 17 from Portland, not what you would anticipate on paper from these two teams.
For sure, especially Phoenix is a great three-point shooting team. So you would have thought those numbers were reversed, but Portland had good looks. And they did a great job, honestly, running Phoenix off the three-point line all night long, being in their faces, forcing them into the paint, forcing them to take twos, forcing Green to take a lot of middies, and Booker And so they did a good job on the others, running them off their three-point line, and that's part of the reason why they won this game.
That's huge.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah, Portland does a great job of defending the three-point line. So I think that was sort of to be expected. They also take the third most threes in the NBA, and they miss
Yes.
A lot.
28.
Yes,
So,
they do.
they will take a lot of threes and they will miss a lot of threes. And at certain points of the game, it was just like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah.
But like we said, they're just wherewithal to just keep going, to keep playing hard. Klingon had some huge rebounds. They had guys step up in different areas. So you said it. I mean, this is huge confidence for a young team like this, because now they're going to face a team in San Antonio that is not going to be easy.
Yeah, this might be about it. we appreciate your contributions.
We couldn't even get through the first block.
Let's let him celebrate.
You the one says, once you said that, I couldn't help but be honest.
Let's let him celebrate.
Well, as we let them celebrate and we look at Portland big picture, I mean, they won 21 games in the 23-24 season. 2 years later, they've doubled that total, going 42-40 for their first postseason appearance in 4 seasons. What does this moment mean for Portland, UD?
This is a win. I know we joked about the next game and who they play, but this is a win. You won this season. Regardless of what happens the next game, as a team, you won this season. You weren't going to run straight to the finals this year. This was a building situation. You understood you had to build with these young guys. You understood Dame was going to be out. You understood that you just got Drew Holiday. You understood that a lot of these things were building. Then you understand there was things that happened out of your control. So this is a win for the Portland Trail Blazers and that coaching staff.
Yeah. Having to, stay steady through some controversy to start the season, as you said, things out of their control, but still a steady ship, and we're able to find success, BG.
Yeah, man, if you're a Blazers fan, you got to be happy. Like, next year, Dame coming back. You've got Deni, who had a breakout year. Great pieces in Jeremy Grant, Shaedon Sharp. I mean, they have some really good pieces. Klingon has gotten better as the season has gone on. So that's promising. Again, not to say their season's over now, but they're a young team, and they like you said, they had some adversity. So to even be in this spot, go ahead and seal the 7th seed is that's incredible.
Yeah, and I mean, truly major shout out to Thiago Splitter having to step in there for Chauncey Billups and really lead this team to this moment. But let's think about that Spurs matchup. What comes, that's Dirk, wide eyes. What comes to your mind about those two teams facing off?
Yeah, it's gonna be tough living for that offense for Portland. That struggles sometimes to create enough offense. With Wemby in there, it's gonna be hard for Deni to get to the rim like that and go downhill all night long. The Spurs have one of the best defenses, obviously, in the league, and they're going to contain him. They're going to get to the three-point shooters, so that's a different animal. But hey, let's play some games.
Yeah, let's do it.
And it'll be fun to watch.
All right, it is time for Premium Player presented by Patron. We are very excited.
Got the chain on.
Yeah.
Nice chain.
I got the bling on.
Let's
I got the
go.
bling on.
And one right there.
And one.
The man of the hour, Deni Avdija, 41 points. You absolutely showed up for your team in a big game. What mode did you have to go into tonight to impact this team the way you did?
I feel like I just needed to be focused both ends of the floor, making sure I'm making the right play every single time down the floor, and that's what it's all about. Regardless if it was me tonight or if it was somebody else for 3. We just made the right play. We were focused. The details were great. Coaches did a good job preparing us, and all I can say is like this unbelievable win, and I'm so happy for the guys in the city of Portland, for real.
Absolutely. Deni, congrats on the win, man. It's Blake. You just sort of touched on it. The coaching staff had you guys prepared, but Thiago, a first-year head coach, you guys coming in with some adversity to start the season, sort of a young team. Talk about the job he's done for you guys and getting you guys to this point.
I mean, he did a great job since he took over, just getting us ready for every single game. We want to fight. We're scrappy. He brings the best out of us, and that's what a great coach is doing. And we're having fun playing for him. He's a winner. He's a competitor, and you love to see it in a coach, especially in Thiago.
Hey, Deni, great game tonight, man. Udonis Haslem here.
Thank you. Thank you.
Understanding what veterans mean to locker rooms and understanding how young you guys are, Drew Holiday has 95 playoff games. As a team combined, you guys have 116. Yeah. Can you just talk about his impact in that locker room and having a champion around you guys?
I mean, you can't take it away from him. You know, he's a champion, and I feel like the way he talks to us, and also like if we need help, how he guides us on the court, he's doing a great job. That's what he's been doing, you know, since he started playing. I feel like he's a leader, and he's doing a great job of, you know, staying together, like making sure that we're connected and our camaraderie is good. So, I mean, big ups to Drew.
Congrats, Deni. Nice chain. Looking good on you. Looking forward to the playoffs. Now you got the Spurs. What are you thinking of that matchup?
I mean, they're a great team, very talented. You know, they're young too, so they don't have a lot of playoff experience as well. It's gonna be a fight. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be a fight. We're gonna bring everything we got, and I really believe in the guys. We can do everything we want. Therefore, staying together, connected, and we'll be ready to play.
Deni, you all got Jeremy Grant back, got Shaedon Sharpe back recently, and with the exception of Dame, of course, tonight was the first time that you were really fully healthy all season. What is this team capable of at that full strength?
As I said, I feel like if we're together, connected, and everybody's healthy and ready to play, I feel like we're a dangerous team. You know, everybody can do a lot of things on the court. We're connected, we're together, and we fight. We fight till the last minute, and that's what's important in the team. You know, especially when Dame's going to come back, it's going to be big for us. But for right now, we're just staying together, focused. We're going to get ready, and the job is not done yet. So can't wait for the playoffs.
Deni, you have to be feeling good. I mean, you were on fire tonight.
I'm tired.
In a moment like this, with so much on the line, I mean, what does it really do for you? You seem to really like these bright lights in the big moments.
I feel like since I started playing, I was, you know, I'm not afraid of the bright lights. You know, I'm a competitor. I come to the game to win every possession, and I really want it. Like, I work hard for it. I'm extra hours in the gym. You know, I'm trying to be a leader on the team, and yeah, I don't have the words right now to how happy I am that I had the chance to make it to the playoffs for the first time. Well, for the first time. You're not trying to be a leader, you are, man. Just lead by the way you play. They got to follow you when guys see you going downhill like that, making the plays you make. Yeah, it's inspiring. So there's no trying. You are a leader.
Absolutely. Headed to the playoffs, the Blazers, for the first time since 2020, 2021. Can you give us a little hold up of the chain? Show us your bling?
Yeah. I hope they're going to let me keep it.
Hey, you should. Just put a piece in a biscuit. You should.
I'm going to try to convince them. Congrats.
Congratulations. We will see you in the playoffs.
Pleasure talking to you all. Thank you so much. Thank you.
All righty. So much more to come here on NBA Nightcap. What a guy. That's Jerry West. The logo premieres April 16th, only on Prime.
Hey, I'm so proud of you guys. Wasn't always perfect, but you guys continued to stay together. At times where like you thought that some adversity would creep into this locker room, you guys found yourselves, okay? And you banded together even more, and that's what got us over the hump. And we talk about executing at the end of the game. We'll watch some of the other stuff, but we got to watch this like right now. Nothing. They have no timeouts. Hell of a job getting back, guarding, defending. We said it was going to come down to winning. Play. Let's go. That's a winning play right there. Love it. Hive on three. 1, 2, 3.
Love that energy there. Hornets coach Charles Lee fired up in the locker room after the thriller tonight in Charlotte. But let's take a look at how that 9-10 elimination matchup unfolded. We pick up here in the second quarter where there was some unfortunate news for the Heat. Of course, LaMelo drives in, loses his balance, and takes Bam's legs out from under him. Bam goes down hard. Now, the refs did not take another look at this. Bam went to the locker room and would eventually be ruled out. Fourth quarter now. Off the inbound, Kobe White was electric, BG.
Mr. Basketball? Mr. Basketball. Again,
BG
sorry.
Can't believe it.
Yeah, it's all good.
I deserve
that.
No.
That's in just the OT. Off the inbound, Tyler Hero, UD, sinks the off-balance three.
Tough shot.
He would get fouled on the next possession. Heat would take the lead on free throws. Final moments of the game. LaMelo muscles his way to the rim, gets the layup to go. The Heat push the ball the other way. Davion Mitchell gets his shot blocked by Miles Bridges to seal the game. The Heat are eliminated.
Went up with both hands.
Both hands.
Give me that.
That's how you know you can jump.
And he was big offensively tonight as well. Just not that. He was huge offensively. Defense all night, actually.
Just euphoria for the Hornets. They stay alive in the play-in tournament, winning a thriller. Now, here's more from both teams on the night where LaMelo hit the game winner and was involved in the game's most controversial play. All right, at that podium, LaMelo did offer an apology to Bam Adebayo, said he had not yet seen it, but he did say sorry on the podium. Now, crew chief Zach Zarba spoke to reporters after the game, said the play wasn't whistled in real time. Play continued with a fast break, and because play wasn't stopped immediately and there was no whistle on the play, the window to review the play was closed. Play was stopped after a change of possession and then a timeout. So by rule, our window to review that play then is closed. Collective
that's tough.
sigh. Where's your head at, UD?
I mean, that's the way the cookie crumbles. I never want to make excuses. Obviously, you want that to be called, but there was enough plays throughout that game for Miami to make that they could have still won that game. So obviously, Bam being out, it definitely impacts the offensive rebound, and that's huge on what Charlotte does, giving up 25 second chance points.
Impacts everything.
Yeah. It impacts everything. You're right, offensively and defensively. But they had opportunities to win the game. But I do think if Bam was in there, they would have won that game. But that he wasn't in, and there's no excuses. You had your opportunity. One thing I would have liked to see on that last play, I would have liked to see maybe Khalil in the game. Maybe if you put him on the ball, just that inbounder, just to distort that inbound pass just a little bit, make that a tougher pass.
We also had 5 blocks.
Yeah, or something like that. So that was the one thing, if I'm nitpicking, I would have liked to see. But I'm sure Spurs said 8.7 seconds. They might run a couple actions. And they might have to switch it. He didn't want, Khalil in switchable matchups or something like that. But that was just the one thing I would call it nitpick if I could.
Would you guys put a Khalil Ware, somebody who's obviously can go crash the offensive glass, the end of regulation when Tyler Hero had that 3, would you guys have a Khalil Ware in just for a tip-in?
The one where he missed it or the one where he got fouled?
The one where Tyler missed it. Khalil was out. They went with a small lineup, and I don't know, how many times in those situations have we seen a big go tip in, especially with 5 seconds left. Now, I know if there's 1.2 and it's a catch and shoot, you're probably not going to get an offensive rebound, but there was more than that left.
I think because they dribbled it out and Hero dribbled it out, got to his shot and got to his spot and took the last shot. I don't think they were even focused on the offensive rebound, but that is an opportunity. Once again, you maybe take it a little bit earlier and you crash the glass and see what happens. So in hindsight, there's a couple of things we can look at that would have happened, but if Kobe White misses that shot, it's a whole different conversation. So you got to give credit to the Charlotte Hornets because as a young team who has not been able to finish games, that have struggled in the clutch, there were big shots made by Brandon Miller at the top of the key. There were big shots made by Kobe White.
Miles Bridges.
I mean, Miles Bridges was huge. People don't know this, but he's the 3rd leading scorer in Charlotte Hornets history. People think it's like, Miles Bridges gets it done. So, yes, huge win for them.
Yeah, I mean, Charlotte Hornets, hell of a win, and I do want to talk a little bit more about that victory for them. But, of course, that call is going to be a big talking point this week. What do you do when you are a team, the officiating doesn't go your way? How do you avoid that sort of coulda, woulda, shoulda game, Dirk?
Yeah, I think that was just a tough coincidence that he got hurt. I think plays like this happen all the time. Somebody might trip somebody real quick in the fast break without the referees catching it. It was just so unfortunate there that Bam felt so bad on his back that he was out for the rest of the game. Honestly, a play like this probably happens a few times a game. And it just happens that Bam was done for the night. So super unfortunate for the Heat. But still, you're going to look at it and say, this is just unfortunate and it happened. And we still had enough chances. The Heat, they came all the way back there in the second half and it looked like that was their game to take. And then they basically had won it down the stretch when Hero made the 3 and then all the 3 free throws. So They had enough chances. Hero had the pull-up going 3 to win it at the end of regulation, created enough separation, had a great look. So at the end of the day, they played a heck of a game, both sides, and they still had enough chances to win.
If that had been called, what do you think the refs would have gone and reviewed? What do you think is a flagrant?
Well, I think it's a flagrant one.
Just flagrant one.
Yeah, I don't
kick him out.
Yeah, I don't kick him out for that. No,
and let me add, none of us up here think LaMelo's a dirty basketball player. In the heat of the moment, things happen. You make split-second decisions, and I think that's all that was.
Yeah.
In real time, I didn't even see that until the replay.
And for what it's worth, Zach Zarba was asked if it should be a flagrant foul. He said at this point, that goes to league operations. They'll make a determination on that in the coming days. So they'll make that determination and go from there. But of course, do not want to take away from what the Hornets did.
That's basically I plead the fifth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, we got it, Zach.
That's UD's translation.
The last 2-minute report is the least helpful thing ever. For the team that lost, you're like, sick. All right, great, you got it wrong.
But I will say this. There's one basketball on the court. There's 4 guys, means 8 eyes. And nobody watching that ball that was in Bam's hand? It's only one ball. One guy had it. Where was the 8 eyes? In the stands?
Yeah, I'm so sorry, UD.
Anyways.
I know it's a sore subject.
And back in our day, retaliation, you would have got hit back. Now, you wouldn't have got hurt, but you would have got hit back.
Yeah, the get back guy on the team.
You would have got hit back because somebody would have checked in that don't play.
Yeah.
He ain't played all year.
It's like they're missing a number 40 on that Heat bench.
No, I can't do that no more.
Yeah,
The day's over with for me.
Obviously waiting for updates on Bam Adebayo, but of course we all hope that he is doing okay. But of course, 1-2, touch on the Charlotte Hornets. Great win, especially Kobe White. 14 points on 4 for 4 from 3 in the first quarter. They made the game-tying 3 with about 11 seconds left in the fourth. That was your X factor before this game.
He should have stayed in Chicago. He should have stayed in Chicago. I said he's played 2 great games against the Miami Heat since he's been there. He hasn't been there for the whole 4 games, but the 2 games he's been there playing against the Miami Heat, he has been a huge X factor off the bench for them. And as great as they are offensively with their first unit, you can bring a guy in like that can get it going when you got Khan not shooting well. That's just a luxury.
Yeah, shout out to our producers for showing this shot 47 times tonight. So UD has to
relive that on purpose.
Over and over again. I'm sorry, UD. It's really messed up.
I want to say I'm proud of LaMelo. Obviously, he didn't have it going from 3, but down the stretch, that was a huge play. Just put his head down, wasn't going to be denied, wasn't going to shoot a step back there in that situation. He had his mind made up. He attacked. He kept coming around the corner and made a heck of a play. But, LaMelo still played a good game. He was cold from 3, but he had 10 assists. Yeah. What was he? He was
plus 15.
Plus 15 today, so he had an impact. There's been obviously years where he didn't shoot the ball well. Everything went downhill, but he was still effective. He was getting to the lane. He was getting assists, getting his guys involved in here. Like I said, just putting his head down. Even though Jaime stood him up a little bit, he kept turning the corner, using his power and his strengths and athleticism and get around him and get to the hoop. So still a great game and did enough to win for his ball club.
Yeah, LaMelo Ball, the 4th player to have 30 points and 10 assists in a play-in game. But another guy that showed up huge was Miles Bridges.
And he was big all game long, not just offensively, not just the shots that he hit, but just how he set the tone early in the game. He had a huge block on Tyler Hero, had a strip on Bam, had a strip at half court that led to a layup. I mean, those types of things really set the tone for a game like this, and you see it. The way he started the game is the way he ended the game. Sprinting over, getting an almost 2-hand block to save the game. So enough can't be said about him and his effort.
Can I say this? Charlotte, to me, had the game in control. Miami Heat came out in the 4th quarter and dropped the zone, and that completely changed the game. The Heat did a great job. The Hornets were kind of frozen. They didn't really know how to attack the middle, or they kept trying from the top, kept shooting threes. At some point, they were like 1 for 11 from 3. So that zone literally turned the game there in the 4th quarter and almost won the Heat the game. if Kobe White doesn't hit that tough shot there in the corner, this is the Heat's game. And Wiggins was fantastic. My X factor, Davion Mitchell, was fantastic, making shots, going downhill, bumping little guys off, getting to the floaters. I mean, he was incredible tonight. So I'll feel bad for the Heat. That was just a heck of a game and really deserved no loser.
Yeah, well, I mean, the Miami 6-season playoff streak ended with their loss tonight. As we look back on the year the Heat had and what they have ahead, how would you sort of put a bow on this season for Miami, BG?
Obviously, very disappointing, and they have the pieces, but 4 straight play-ins, like you play with fire, like you're going to get burned one of these times, and unfortunately, it had to be tonight. And I hate that it had to be a game, where Bam, couldn't contribute. But Miami Heat have a great organization. Pat'll go to the drawing board. I'm sure there's going to be a few changes, but it shows the importance of how much the regular season matters.
Yes.
I mean, you drop some of these games that you shouldn't have dropped. You could be the 9th seed instead of the 10th seed and play this game at home, or even 8 or 7. But don't even get into that. I mean, it's just those little games. I can't tell you how many times I think teams at the end of the season are like, man, we lost that game on a Tuesday in November that we should have won, and that would have mattered a lot. So it does go to show you how all these games are important no matter the time of the year.
Put a bow on this one, Dirk. We'll end on you, D.
Yeah, I mean, tough one for Miami. I agree. I think their defense there slipped tremendously over the last 15 games. I mean, it felt like every time I looked the next morning, you guys gave up 125.
You guys, damn.
Yeah.
Dirk,
sorry, no, I'm just saying.
Nobody
He was with us.
Damn.
The Miami Heat. Yeah, my bad. It felt like they gave up so many points there down the stretch every night. And like BG said, if they just win 1 or 2 more of those, maybe they have a home game, or maybe they're the 8th seed. So, hey, let the summer begin. Let the sweepstakes begin. I'm sure there's gonna be plenty of Giannis talk this summer. We'll wait and see what happens there. We don't want to really get into that too much, but everything's on the table usually when you don't make the playoffs. I've been around plenty of time when you didn't make the playoffs. Everything's on the table. All the pieces are on the table, and you just want to get back to making the playoffs, being a winning organization. So I'm sure they're going to take a hard look at everything that needs to happen for this franchise to be a winning franchise again.
UD, it's end of the game. Season is over. You're in that locker room talking to those guys. What would you say?
Can't blame nobody but yourselves. This is the position we put ourselves in after the season finished last year. There's no way we should be back in this situation again. After the way the season finished last year, you don't come in with a chip on your shoulder, with a point to prove. That's very discouraging. You know what I mean? And obviously, you look at the defense. The last couple of years, the Miami Heat have hung their hats on having a top 10 defense. Regardless of how bad the offense has been, the defense has always been there. So to see the defense slip in the second half of the season or the last couple of games, that seems to be the most important thing to me, because defense 9 times out of 10 is about effort. Yeah, there's some schemes involved and you got to put guys in the right position, but defense is about effort and competition, and that's what the Miami Heat has prided themselves on doing well and better than anybody else the last couple of years. Secondly, you never really got on the same page with Norman Tyler playing together. One guy was hurt, the other guy was hurt. One guy comes back, the other guy goes out. You never really got those guys on the floor comfortable and healthy together to see what that could look like. So those are 2 things that I would look at. And obviously, there's championship expectations, and they were nowhere near that the last couple of years. So, I will have conversations with some of those guys in the locker room about how I feel and what I see. But there's got to be some internal soul searching. They got to look in the mirror.
Real question is, you going to do training camp next year again?
Not if the season going to end like that. I can save my bruises and my pains and staying in the bed if the season going to end like that. I ain't going back.
Not the way they're running now in preseason.
No, I got to go back. It's the way I bank with my equity with these guys. And this is why they listen to me and they respond to me, because I get in the trenches with them. But my standards and the way I approach things, they understand that's not it.
No.
Well, I got to say, UD is our teammate. It was heartbreaking to see some of these
Go ahead, show it again.
reactions.
Show it again. Here we go. Show it again.
Hello, Dirk.